All right, so I want to show you how to make a mug, but I'm going to go ahead and show how to blend the inside now. For a mug, we actually have to get rid of the seams that we see inside of our cylinder. And the best way to do this is to use some of these wooden tools that we have. We're going to be blending with the wooden tools. So right now, I'm just running that over that seam. You can see it starting to get rid of it. And this takes some time. I brace mine on the outside edge, so that way I know that I'm not forcing the shape out. So as I'm adding pressure to the inside, I've got my hand on the outside. And then I like to use the tool like this one that has a rounded end. I can take that and go around that bottom seam. So essentially where the cylinder and the base connect, there's a line on the inside there. It's kind of hard to see, but down right in here, there's a seam where the base and the cylinder meet. We need to smooth that out as well. So I either use this tool or I will take one of these rounded ones like this and just run it along that edge. You don't want to have any cracks or creases inside of your mug because what happens is it will provide areas for like bacteria to grow, and then when you go to drink from it, it can make you sick. So we want to try and blend the inside as smooth as possible. And sometimes you have to do it just based on feel. So when I put my hand in there, it's hard for me to see. So sometimes I'll just be smoothing and blending with my fingers, and then I'll move my hand out and look and see, did I get it completely blended? So it's feeling pretty smooth, but you can see there's some lumps and bumps there in the bottom. So I can take my sponge and I can use that. Now, if you're making a pencil holder or a vase or a bank, you don't have to do this step. It just as if you're planning to eat or drink. And then I can take and smooth the top here. And that gives me a nice smooth edge for my mug. The other thing I want to show you, if you're choosing to work on a mug, you're going to want to make a handle. So for the handle, you could make it with a flat slab. So, and we've gone over slabs over and over again. So you could take and then what I would do for the handle, if you want to go with a slab handle, use the slat to give you your width. So then you just trim off the extra. Now I want to think about style. So to attach your handle, you could attach it this shape. That's kind of a standard shape. And then when I'm happy with it, oops, don't want to. So then when I'm happy with the shape, I kind of mold it out. And maybe I want to do a double curve. So a double, so I could even do something like this on the side. And then I actually let this sit for a day before I attach it because then it has a little bit more strength to it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that on my cardboard, and I could set this off to the side like this, and then attach it the next day or the day after. Give it a day or two to sit and let it dry. Now I'm going to show you how to roll a coil. Now when I roll coils, I don't like to roll them right on my right on my mat. I prefer to roll on my tabletop. I will just take and fold this up. Now this also means that you really need to scrub your table. So I take and I compress the clay into like a big coil to start, and then I start to roll. Now when I roll the clay, I tend to roll just forward or away from my body as I'm going along. I don't want to sit here and go back and forth. You'll end up with a flat coil when you do that. Now, because I'm going to use this as a handle, I don't want to go too thin. Now remember, we don't want to go too thick, so it's about the thickness of my thumb. So I'm just kind of checking through there. And then once I have my coil rolled, then I can look at what shape, again, I want to use to attach it to my mug. So I can start out by, like I said before, I kind of make the shape here and then hold this up next to it and see, is that the right size and dimension? And then I actually will trim big, but I can hold it up and trim, and then I can see, is that the right size? I think that's a little big, so I'm going to trim it down. Now another thing to consider, can you get your hand inside the handle? If your handle's too close and you can't get your fingers through, you're going to end up touching the side and burning your hands. You can make some non-traditional handles too. I could roll two like thinner coils even, and I could use something like that as my handle. So you can get creative with it. I've had students braid the clay or twist the clay to create a unique handle